Good evening, Fatima. Where are others? Any idea? Oh, okay. Okay, by the way, I gave you a question last time. The question was this one. We had a graph, right? And then we had two lines like this. Today also there was no message. Achha. Wait a second. Can you try contacting them? We have a graph like this. And there was an equation H2 plus O2 gives H2O. You had to balance it. Balance it and label the curves. Did you try this one, Fatima? Yeah, so tell me the answer then. What do you think? What is the green one? Which is the what is the balanced chemical equation? If you can tell me. Okay, I'm writing it like this: A, B, C. Jabana is here. Can you tell me the value of A is equal to how much? B is equal to how? Good evening, Jabana. C is equal to how much? And you have to tell me the red curve is for which of the species. Then, Acha, you can say like this also, no? Jabana, did you try this question? I think, why do you have to think, Fatima? You can do this balanced chemical equation, no? It's easy. See, H2 plus O2 giving H2O. So tell me how many oxygens here? Here only one oxygen. And how many hydrogens here? Two hydrogens. You can either do it like this. You give a 2 here and a 2 here. See now how many hydrogens total in the reactant side? 4H. How many oxygen? 2 oxygens. And how many hydrogens here? 4 hydrogens. And how many oxygens here? 2 oxygens. So the atoms are balanced. Okay. Why you have to think? Now tell me the curves. The green one is for whom? Red for which one? And yellow for which one? Jubena, green. Can you tell the answer? Did you try? Okay, Fatima, you are saying yellow. Yes. Jubena, tell me then. Fatima, you are yes, correct. Fatima, your answers are right. Just check your answer. You have written one. Once you have written green for H2O, I think you meant green for H2. After A is equal to. Okay, fine. Yes. Green is for. No, 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 no. Now wait a second. Green is for. Let me try to explain you first. Then we will write the answer. The one thing is clear. Yellow is for which one? H2O. Now we are confused between red and green. Red and green. Now tell me which of the curves is declining more fastly? Is it the red one or the green one? Which one is declining more fastly? If you want, a red one is declining more fastly. A red declining fast. That means whichever species the red represent, it must be consumed fastly. Correct? Yes or no? Please tell me yes or no at least. The red one will represent consume fastly. Now you tell me in this particular reaction, which one is getting consumed fastly? How many moles of H2 do we require? 2 moles. And how many moles of O2 do we require? We require 1 mole of O2. That means for each one. That means that H2 is getting consumed more fastly. Correct? That means the green one will be for O2, red one will be for H2, and yellow for H2O. Should I repeat what I said? If there is 2 moles of H2, that means 2 moles of H2 are being used in each step and only 1 mole of O2 is used. So which one is used more? The hydrogen is used more. That means it will be consumed fastly. That means it will be declining fastly. And the most declination is for the red one. That is why H2 is for, the red is for, okay, fine, clear. Okay, now let us start. Did I give you some other question also? And I guess somebody answered it in the class only. Yeah. Which of the graph? I think B is the answer for that one. Right, Fatima? Fatima, I guess, gave the answer in the class only, in the last class. C. Okay, let us see. These were the graphs, I guess. Something like this. So see, this I was asked. I asked which of them is not concentration of reactant versus time. Which one of them is not concentration of reactant versus time? So see the first one. What is happening? The y-axis here was given concentration. This was time. Correct? So concentration is something when time is 0, that is only possible for the reactants. Why? Because initially the reactant will be of some concentration, and as the time goes on, it will be declining. So here it is declining. That means that it is getting consumed. And here also it is declining, getting consumed. Here also it is getting declining, getting consumed. But what happens here? See, the reactant concentration at time 0, it is given. If we consider this to be a reactant curve, then at time 0, the reactant cannot be 0. If at time 0, the reactant is 0, then there will be no reaction. That means this curve is not for reactant. This curve is not for reactant. Hence, the B was the answer. That the B curve is not reactant versus time. Other three can be reactant versus time. Clear? Okay, fine. Now let us dive into next section. should we do a little problem? Let us do some theory, then we will do some problems. Okay. See the rate of reaction we have seen. Now we are going to look at the factors affecting rate of reaction. Factors affecting rate of reaction. Okay. So what are those factors? The first factor that we will look at is the concentration. And concentration of what? Concentration of reactant. Concentration of reactant. How does that differs and how does that alters the rate of the reaction? As we have seen some of the graphs, let me make one more graph for you so that you can visualize it properly. And this is the x-axis and this is the y axis. And let us make a graph like this. Sorry. Like this. Now let us see at different times and at different concentration. And this is the concentration of reactant. And how do we find the graph or the rate? We find the rate by drawing a tangent, correct? We draw a tangent like that. Okay, fine. That means I drew a tangent at this point when the concentration of reactant was here. Then I am drawing another tangent. Sorry, let me use black only for drawing the tangents. Yes, another tangent like this. Okay. So this time the concentration is a bit low. That means the concentration of reactant is somewhat here. We change the color. Okay. Now you tell me, this is point A, this is point B. Which of the point A or B has greater concentration of reactant? Which is greater, A or B? B is greater. B is down now. Here is 0. Here it will be, I guess, somewhat 1 or 2 now. Which one is greater? A. How B? A. Your first instance is really, I mean, it's messy. A is greater than B. Okay. Now, if I want to find the rate, that means I have to do what? I have to do dA by, that means the concentration at point A. And to compare the concentration at point B, we have to do d by dt. If I say that the time intervals that I have taken here and here it is same, if I take this time intervals same, then which one will be greater? If the denominators are same, then we have to compare the numerators only. So if we compare the numerators, we see that when the concentration is larger, the rate of reaction will be larger. And the concentration of reactant is greater, then the rate will also be greater from this graph. Is it clear or should I re-explain it? Clear. Okay, fine. Now let me clear this. And so there will be one expression that we can say, an expression which will give us the relationship between. So we have decoded one thing, that rate of reaction depends on the concentration of reactant. That leads us to say that there should be an expression or the representation of rate of reaction, a representation of rate of reaction, in terms of concentration of reactants, in terms of concentration of reactants. Why? Because the rate of reaction depends on the concentration of reactants. Clear? And that particular representation is called as, let me do something, let me take it yellow, rate law. It is known as rate law. So let us write this much, then we will look at what is rate law and how do we express rate laws. When you're done, let me know. Done. Okay, fine. Now let us take a generalized reaction. And this is A. That means a chemical species A with the coefficient of lowercase a, B gives CC plus DD. And here the A, B, C, and D, the lowercase a, lowercase b, lowercase c, and lowercase d, these are the stoichiometric coefficient of reactants and products respectively. So we can write the rate expression as, rate is proportional to the concentration of A to some power x and the concentration of B to some power y. And then we will write rate is equal to K A to the power of x, B to the power of y. The point to be noted here is, here x and y may or may not be, they may or may not be the stoichiometric coefficient. Stoichiometric coefficient. And x is called as order of reaction with respect to A, and y is known as order of reaction with respect to B, and the whole together x plus y. The sum of x plus y, x and y, is known as the order of reaction. Okay, note this down and let me know if you have any doubts here. Oh, one more thing. What is K? K is rate constant. K is rate constant. Okay, fine. Done. Then let us first of all now define what is rate law. Rate law. What is rate law? It is an expression, right? This is the rate law, no? Let me put this in a box. This is the rate law. So the rate law is an expression. It is an expression in which the reaction rate, the rate of reaction is given. How it is given? It is given in terms of molar concentration. Now, whenever you see anything, any chemical species, for example, even if I say H2O and I put that in square brackets, that means it is molar concentration. Molar concentration. Okay. So it is given in terms of molar concentration of reactants, very true. And it is raised to the power, raised to some power. And that power may or may not be the stoichiometric coefficient. They may or may not be the stoichiometric coefficient in the balanced chemical reaction. So what is rate law? The expression in which the rate of reaction is given in terms of, or expressed in terms of, is given in terms of molar concentration. Molar concentration of the reactants raised to some power and what about this power then, which may or may not be the stoichiometric coefficient of reactants, no? Of reactants in the balanced chemical equation. Now this is rate law. If rate law comes in 2 marks, then you will write this whole gatha, the whole lines, and then you will say AA plus BB giving CC plus BD. You will write it for a reaction. AA giving BB giving CC. Rate is equal to concentration. First you will write K, concentration of A to the power of X, concentration of B to the power of Y. That's this much. Rate law. If it comes for 2 or 3 marks, you will write this much. Let me know when you are done with this. Okay, fine. Now we have seen the concentration part, right? We have seen that how the rate of reaction depends on the concentration of reactant, and we knew a bit of this from earlier part also when we saw the change in concentration of reactant by time. Now we have seen the second term which affects the rate, that is order of reaction. Correct? Order of reaction. What does this say? Order of reaction. For example, if I have rate is equal to K, concentration of A to the power of X, concentration of B to the power of Y. Okay. Now the order of reaction, that is X and Y here, indicate on how sensitive the rate is with respect to the reactants. This sensitive word is the sensitive word is the crux of order of reaction. What is X and Y here indicate on how sensitive the rate is with respect to reactant. See, if X is equal to 2, and B and Y is equal to 0, that means the whole rate is affected by only which species? A species. Why? Because B to the power of 0 will become 1. Now the X value of X here is, let's say 3, and the value of Y here is, let us say 1. That means the rate is affected more by the changing of A rather than changing of B. Are you able to understand this? Yes, no? Okay, fine. Now, if you are asked to define the order of reaction, then you will define order of reaction as order of reaction is the sum of powers of the concentration term in rate law expression. This is the definition for order of reaction. And one more thing, that the last thing is order of reaction is only determined experimentally. Okay, fine. Now let us look at some of the orders of reaction. If I say you have to calculate now, okay, let me give you some problems, then you will question is calculate the order. Rate is given as K, A to the power of 1 by 2, B to the power of 2. You have to calculate the order of reaction, the whole reaction, and B rate is equal to K to the power of A to the power of, let us say, 3 by 2, and B to the power of -1. Okay, so it can be anything. It can be negative, fractional, or integers. But first of all, write this, then you will solve those questions. This slide, Jubena, or the last slide? This one, okay. Yes, note this down, then solve those problems. completed. Okay, this one. Tell me what is the answer for A? Okay, so it is 1 by 2 plus 2. This will be equal to 1 plus 4 by 2. This will be equal to 5 by 2. For the second one, B1, it will be equal to 3 by 2 plus minus 1. This will be equal to 3 minus 2 by 2. This is equal to 1 by 2. Yes, easy. Now we have to look at the third term. We have seen the rate depends on order of reaction, concentration, order of reaction, and the third term, that is rate constant. Rate constant K. It is given as K. The thing here for rate constant, the main thing here is the units of K, that is the rate constant. Okay, units of K, that is the rate constant. So if I have written this particular point, that is, let us say, rate is equal to K, A to the power of X, B to the power of Y. Here, X plus Y is equal to order of reaction, correct? And we will represent X plus Y, which will be a number, as N. That is the complete order of reaction. N is what? Order of reaction. What is order of reaction? N. Okay. So here I can say that K is equal to, K will be equal to rate upon concentration of A to the power of X, concentration of B to the power of Y. Okay. That means I can say that rate, what is the unit of rate? The unit of rate is concentration upon time, concentration upon time. As the what is changing here, the changing thing here is concentration. So concentration upon time, that is rate. The unit in speed, it is distance upon time. The distance is changing, the position is changing, and we call that changing position as distance. And here it is concentration by time. And then what we have to do, we have to, I can say, multiply this by 1 upon, what is this? This is concentration, this is concentration. Both of them are concentration. I mean, somebody named you won't even believe, dot entered the waiting room. I mean, how can I let the person who has asked to enter? Is that Afroza? Can you confirm from someone? If it is Afroza, then I will admit that dot person. Okay, moving on here. That is concentration. This is also concentration. Jubana, can you help me with this one?
Sir.
Concentration to the power of X and concentration to the power of Y. Can I write this as concentration to the power of X plus Y?
Yes, sir.
Then can I write this as concentration to the power of N, because we have defined X plus Y as
Yes,
N?
sir. Yes, sir, we can.
Concentration to the power of N. That means we have concentration here. And what is the power of concentration here? It is 1. So at last we can write concentration to the power of 1 minus N, correct? 1 minus N time inverse. This is the unit of K, correct? Now you saw that the unit of K, it depends on what? It depends on the order of reaction. So if we have 0 order of reaction, then the then we will have different unit for K. If we have first order, then we will have different. Let me just enter that person. Copy this and let me know when you are done. Okay, dot, 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 dot. Can you please reveal yourself? This is 11th standard. I mean, I will remove you if you don't rename yourself or no. This is 11th standard. Acha. Okay, fine. Why do you do these things, Afroza? Okay, fine. It is your sister's ID, but as soon as I guess as soon as you enter the any meeting, Zoom asks you for your name. No. Okay, fine. Let us see. Okay, now what we will do, Jubana, Fatima, and Afroza, we will calculate the different units of K. Units of K. Units of K, that is the rate constant for different order of reactions. Okay, the one thing that we know, the one thing that we will know, and we will put that in K is equal to concentration to the power of 1 minus n and time inverse. This is the formula that we have, and we will always keep this in mind. We will always keep this in mind. Now, if I say for zero order reaction, what will be the unit of K? So I can write K is equal to what I will do? Concentration to the power 1 minus what is the value of n? Here n is equal to 0. So I will put 0. So 1 minus 0 will be 1 only, and time inverse. This will be equal to how much? This will be equal to concentration time inverse. Any issue? No issue, I guess. Now I will write for first order reaction. What will be the value of n? It will be 1. What will be the unit of K? It will be concentration. Then you will write here what? Concentration 1 minus 1 time inverse. This will be giving me concentration to the power of 0. Concentration to the power of 0 time inverse. And I can write concentration. Anything a to the power of 0 is equal to 1. Even infinity to the power of 0 is equal to 1. So what I can write here? I can write that the unit of K is equal to time inverse. Is equal to time inverse. So for zero order, K is equal to concentration time inverse. Now for first order reaction, K is equal to, no concentration, only time inverse. Only time inverse. Now you have to calculate for second order reaction. What you will do, you will put n is equal to 2 here. Tell me. Just tell me the powers of concentration. Just tell me what will be the power of concentration. Yes, -1 and -1. It will be K is equal to concentration to the power of 1 minus 2 time inverse. This will be equal to concentration to the power of -1 time inverse. Okay. Now what we will do, we will put all of them in a box and label the box a beautiful one. We will try at least. We have zero order, first order, and second order. Now we have zero order. This will be for zero order. This will be for first order and the last one will be for second order. Let me just move this a bit. And let me also move this a bit. And we need 3 lines here. That is the 0 order. And the units will be here. Okay. So the top here is the reaction. Oh, sorry. Reaction, order, units. That is 0 order reaction. The first one is 0 order reaction. What is the order? Order is 0. And what is the unit? It is concentration. What is the unit? Concentration, time inverse. So I can write here concentration in terms of mole, liter inverse. This is concentration, and time inverse will be in second inverse. So what is the power here? The power here is 1. Then the next one is first order reaction. The order will be 1. And what I have to write here? Nothing. Mole to the mole, liter inverse to the power of 0. That means nothing. That means nothing. That means 1. And the unit will be second inverse. For second order reaction, order is 2. What is the unit? Unit is mole, liter inverse. That is concentration. I have to inverse this and I have to do what? Time inverse. That will be second inverse. That will be second inverse. Now, if you see this thing, mole, liter inverse to the whole inverse, then I can write mole inverse and liter 1 minus 1. This will be equal to mole inverse and liter to the power of 1. Right? I can write this as mole inverse liter. Correct? Yes or no? Do you, okay, fine. If you understood this, then I will write this as mole inverse liter second inverse. Okay. Okay. You want me to go to the previous slide, right? This one is done. This one. Let me know when you are done. when you are done with copying this, you have to do this question. Identify the order of reaction. Why is my handwriting going here and there? Order of reaction from the following rate constant. K is given as 2.3 into 10 to the power of minus 5 into the power of minus 5 liter mole inverse, liter mole inverse, second inverse. B it is given as K is equal to 5 into 10 to the power minus 7, second inverse. K is equal to 2 into 10 to the power minus 14 liter square mole to the power minus 2, second inverse. Calculate these two. Let me know when you are done. Yes, correct. B will be correct. C will be. Array, no, the first one is wrong, Jubana. A is not equal to 0. For the first one is not equal to 0. See, what is the zero order reaction? It is mole liter inverse now. And what is given in the first question? It is liter mole inverse. What about C1? What about the last question? Let me start doing the first one. A. It is given as K is equal to, unit is given as what? Liter mole inverse, second inverse. And the thing C is minus 1. No. Okay, fine. I have to use another slide now. The unit of K is what? The universal unit of K is this one. Always true. This one is always true. So we will write it as concentration to the power of 1 minus n time inverse. And we saw the question, we have concentration as what? Mole liter inverse. And we will put this as 1 minus n. And what is time given as? Second inverse. So the question A. The question A, the unit is liter mole inverse. Question A, unit is liter, mole inverse, second inverse. Okay. Now what you have to do, you have to equate this particular equation to this equation. So you will say liter, mole inverse, second inverse is equal to mole, liter inverse, 1 minus n, second inverse. You can cancel second inverse and second inverse. Now what you have to do, you have to write this liter mole inverse as mole liter inverse. So you can do this thing, liter mole inverse it was given. Now you have to do, now what did you do? You wrote liter inverse and mole to the power of 1 and you took this as -1. This will be equal to mole liter inverse 1 minus n. If x is equal to, if x is equal to a and this is equal to 2 is to the power of 4, sorry, wait a second. This is equal to x to the power of 4, then we write a is equal to 4. Similarly here, the base, what is the base? Liter inverse, mole, mole. So the bases are equal, we will write 1 minus n is equal to -1. Then we can do n is equal to, we put n here, then -1 will come here. So it will become what? It will become +2. Correct? Any doubt? Jubaina? No, no. Okay. Now tell me the C1, how to do this third one. For the third one, how to do third one? B is done. C, the unit is given as, units are given as what? Liter square, mole -2, second inverse. Giovanna, are you doing or should I do? Okay, fine, do it then. Do it, then let me know the answer. Excuse me. Done. No, C is not equal to 1. See, it's okay. See, I can write this first, this one here, mole liter inverse to the power 1 minus n will be equal to, sorry, second inverse, and this will be equal to second inverse, and this will be equal to liter square mole to the power minus 2 second inverse, correct? Second inverse and second inverse will be getting cancelled. I will write this as same mole liter inverse to the power 1 minus n. This will be equal to, I can take 2 common, as 2. Then I can write, I can take minus 1 common, and if I take minus 1 from 1, this will remain as minus 1, and minus 1 will become 1. See, for example, x minus x plus y. Okay, now if I am doing what? Minus here, then what it will become? X minus y, correct? What was negative? What was negative? It became positive now. What was positive? It became negative now. Similarly here, what happened? I took minus outside. I took minus as common. So what will happen? Mole will become 1. Mole will become 1, and the liter will become inverse. And this will be equal to minus 2. This is mole liter inverse 1 to the power of minus n. 1 minus n is equal to, not, no, listen. No, it is not minus 1. N is equal to, n will go here, minus 2 will come here. So n will go here, it will become positive, correct? Minus 2 will come here and it will become positive. 2 plus 1 is equal to 3. Okay. See, I think there is a very dicey and very tricky trick that you can use. You have to see the power on, liter. Okay, you have to see the power on liter and add 1 to that power, and you will get the order of reaction. Okay, this is a very dicey trick. I mean, it works most of the time, but very tricky questions, it doesn't work. When the, for simple integer type of question, it will work. For example, see here. See, what is the, here the unit on the power on liter is minus 1. Add 1, you get 0. Correct? Now, what is the power on liter here? The power is 0. You add 1, you get the order as 1. What is the power in mole liter mole inverse liter? The power is 1. You add 1 more, you got 2. Now in this question, the power on liter was 2. You added 1 and you got 3. That will be the order of reaction. Okay. So this is a trick that you can use, that see the power on liter, add 1 to that power, and you will get the order. Got it? Okay. Now comes a plethora of questions. Okay. Let me start with the easy one. Now I will be making a box here. Not a big box, a simple box here. I need some 3. Yes, I need 3 for A, for B, and lastly for the rate of reactions. Let me just move it a bit. Then this will be for A. That's the first experiment. Then I will do another experiment, and that much only. In the first column, we have A, and the concentration it is given as mole liter inverse. See this problem? It is easy. Nothing is there. Mole liter inverse, but it is important because it takes time. So what happens? What happens? R naught, and it is in terms of mole liter inverse, second inverse. Okay, so this is our reactant A, this is our reactant B, and this is the rate of reaction. And what they have given are the initial concentration of A and B. Okay, these are the initial concentration of A and B. So we are setting up an experiment 1. I need some concentration of A, I need some concentration of B, and that will give me some rate. So the initial concentration was taken as 0.20. For B, it was taken as 0.30. And the rate was found out to be 5.07 into 10 to the power minus 5. The second experiment, it was done 0.20. 0.20. B was taken as 0.10. 0.10. And the rate was found out to be the same, that is 5.07 into 10 to the power of minus 5. The last is 0.40. A was taken to be 0.40 and B was taken to be 0.05. Now the rate of reaction, it was found to be 1.43 into 10 to the power of minus 4. 10 to the power of minus 4. The question is, what is the order of reaction? What is the order of reaction with respect to A and B? With respect to A and B. So the first thing that you can see here, this is the first experiment that we did, and the second experiment that we did with some different concentration, and this is the third experiment that we did with some other concentration. Okay. Now, in the first experiment and the second experiment, what has changed? Jubaina, can I have you, please?
Concentration of B had changed.
Okay, we have changed the concentration of B, and we expected if we change the concentration of a reactant, the rate should also change, correct?
Yes, sir.
But did the rate change?
No.
No, it doesn't change. That means the first observation that I can say, the first observation is that rate does not depend on concentration of B. Does not depend on concentration of B. That means in the rate law expression, we have the rate law expression will be something like this. Rate is equal to K, A to the power of X and B to the power of Y. And if the rate does not depend on B, that means this term should not come in the rate expression. And the only way in which the B term will not come in the rate expression is when Y is equal to how much? Y is equal to 0. If we will put Y is equal to 0, then what will be the value of this whole term? It will be 1. And the B term will be non-existent, correct? Yes or no? Say yes or no? Yes. Okay. So we have found order of reaction, order with respect to B is equal to 0. Now the next thing that we have to see, now we are looking at these two, 0.20 and 0.40. What have we done? We have increased, that means doubled the concentration. We have doubled the concentration. So I can write that rate is equal to, let me use some more space. Let me erase this. Let me just copy all this and move it a bit up. That much is fine. Okay. Now, the next thing that we are seeing, that rate is equal to, we know that K and some concentration of A to the power of X. This will be the rate. So let us do some things like, for example, let me take the rate of the second experiment, R2. R2 will be equal to K. What is the concentration of A? 0.20 to the power of X. We need to find this particular X. And what is R3? R3, this will be also equal to K and 0.40 And the order will also be the same, x only, na? Because the order will not change, the concentration will change. Now what I am doing, I am now substituting the value of R2 and R3. We know the rates. For the second experiment, the rate was 5.07 into 10 to the power minus 5. For the third experiment, the rate was 1.43 into 10 to the power of minus 4. This is equation 1. This is equation 2. Now, if I say I divide equation, let us say 2 by 1. I'm dividing equation 2 by 1. So what I will get is 1.43 into 10 to the power of minus 4 divided by 5.07 into 10 to the power of minus 5, which will be equal to k by k into 0.20 upon 0.40 to the power of x. And I can easily eliminate this. And I can, now you tell me, can you calculate x now? Rubana?
Yes, sir.
Can you calculate? Okay, fine. Calculate and tell me what will be the tell me what will be the value of x. One. Are you sure?
I feel like,
You feel like you have to calculate.
so you just have to take that 10 raised to minus 5 above that numerator, right?
No. How you can find x? Until and unless you have one value here to the power of some numerical value. For example, let me say 2, and you have here what? This will be equal to how much? Okay, fine. Let me. I have to do. Wait a second. If I can make some space here, yes, there's space available here. Let me separate some things. Okay. 1.43 into 10 to the power of minus 4, and here it is minus 5. Minus 5 will come over and it will take on to minus 4 and it will become 10, correct? Upon 5.07. Any doubt still here? No, no. Now this will be equal to how much? 1 by 2. This will be equal to 1 by 2 to the power of x, correct? Now you have 14.3 divided by 5.07 is equal to, oh, wait a second. I did some mistake, I guess. Yes. Wait a second. I messed up with this. For 1.40, 0.40 upon 0.20 to the power of x. Much, and this one will be 2, not it will 2. Okay, so 2 to the power. How much will be this one? Calculate this and tell me how much will be this one. This one. Is equal to 2.82. This will be equal to 2 to the power of x. 2 to the power of x. Yes, 2 to the power of x. Now, how to determine x?
Equating with left hand side.
Okay, how then?
So 1, right? 2.82 raised to 1. 82 raised to 1. Since there is no digit, like there is no power, so we can assume it as 1, right?
Now?
Yeah.
Now what to do?
Now value of x is 1.
Correct? Are the bases same?
No. Okay,
So how can we?
okay, multiply right hand side with 0.82.
How just multiply?
No, adding.
Why? If I will add something here, then I have to add here also, no? Now, listen. Now here it comes. Now here you have to use log. What you have to use? You have to use log. See. Like, do you know things about log? Yes or no? No. Are you comfortable with log? Say fast. Okay, you know, but don't remember. Okay, fine. If I will do, then you will remember. If I will do, then you will remember. I have 2.82 is equal to 2 to the power of x. If I will take log on both sides, I'm taking log on both sides, then this will be equal to log 2.82. How much? Yes, 2.82 log 2 to the power of x. Now I can say this will be equal to how much? X log 2. And this will be equal to log 2.82. So first of all, let us find the value of log 2.82. How to find log 2.82? It's easy, nothing much. What you have to do? You have to do log 282 into 10 to the power of minus 2. And then you can write log 282 plus log 10 to the power minus 2. Then you can write this one as minus 2. Now you have to prime factorize 282. Tell me, 2s are how much this one will be? 1, 4, 1. Now, if it is 1, 4, 1, can we? You are not comfortable?
No, sir.
Okay, fine. If you have calculator, then just look at 2 to the power of 1.5. How much it is? How much it is? Listen. I can write 2.82 is equal to 2 to the power of x. I have to write something here, 2 to the power of something. I have to write 2 to the power of something, and that should be x now. So let me write 2.82 as something as 2. I can write 2 into root 2, because what is the value of root 2? The value of root 2 is 1.414 something. And if I multiply it by 2, it will become 2.82. Correct? Can I write this as this? Anna? Okay, fine. So if I will do this, 2 into root 2 is what? 2 to the power of 0.5. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Now what is this? 2 to the power of 1, and this will become 1.5. Correct? So I can write 2.82 as 2 to the power 1.5. Yes or no? Okay. So now this is equal to 2 to the power of x. x is equal to 1.5. Okay. You want to copy now? Copy this. Now we will do few more questions like this, okay? Done. Okay, fine. Copy this. I mean, wait a second. I'm just clearing this. Order of reaction with respect to A is equal to 1.5. Copy this. Let me know when you're done, Jubena. Okay. Jubena, can you tell me which are the chapters you are most comfortable with in 12th standard for chemistry? The chapters which I have not taught. Which is the chapter you are most comfortable with? The chapter which I have not taught from school or from your self-study? Jubena, Fatima, and Afroza, this question is for all of you.
P block.
P block, you are comfortable?
Yeah, I'm comfortable with that.
Okay, what about Fatima and Afroza? Afroza is saying chapter 5. It is coordination compounds. Chapter 5, no? Chapter 5 is coordination compounds. Surface chemistry, is that in your syllabus? Yes, really. Wait a second, let me check the deleted portions. Oh yes, surface chemistry is there. Metallurgy is not there. Okay. You're okay with surface chemistry. Surface chemistry is a very small chapter. Any other chapter, Fatima, that you're comfortable with? P block. Okay, that means, okay, fine. That is good then. I was also planning after this chapter, I will start with organic chemistry. And are you comfortable with nomenclature? P block is fine with me too. Okay, Froza. No, nomenclature, you are not okay with nomenclature. Okay, fine. So what we can do is, what about Thursday? An earlier slot, I guess between 2 to 4. Are you all free? Thursday 2 to 4. What about Afroza? Afroza, I'm just waiting for you. Fatima and Jubana has confirmed. Afroza, if you can hear me. Okay, fine. Then Thursday 2 to 4 p.m. IUPSC nomenclature. Okay. Today is Sunday now. So Thursday 2 to 4 p.m. you will be having IUPSC nomen. Okay, fine. Yes, yeah. Thursday 2 to 4 p.m. IUPSC nomenclature. And what is better here? Okay, what about if I take on, let's say Tuesday, 6 to 8 p.m. Physics classes there. Okay, fine. Okay, then. Okay, I guess Thursday. I will let you know. Okay, if you get any message, then you will have on Thursday. If you will receive a message on Tuesday. Okay, you will receive a message on Tuesday if there is a class on Thursday or not. If you don't receive any message, then there is no class. If you don't receive any message about Thursday at regular timing, that is 6 p.m. Thursday. Okay. Thinking of I was thinking 11th standard IUPSC and the same IUPSC is for 12th standard. So thinking of classes and you will be also a bit if I merged it. Okay, fine. Let us see. Let us see. Tuesday I will confirm. Tuesday I will confirm. Okay, Fatima was out for a while. Okay, let us move forward to the next question. Fatima's was not out. Afroza was out for a bit. Sorry. The next question is, we will again have a table. We will again have a table, and here we will have experiment numbers, and then we will have how many more class for this lesson. How many more class for this lesson? Two more classes at least, I would say. I mean, if I am not hindered with my speed, I mean, see that log terms, if you can't calculate log terms, then those all create some barriers now, because that is not a part of chemistry. That is a part of physics. If you are taught physics, then the initial chapters are, and that is also 11th standard stuff now. So that creates sometimes hindrance. Otherwise, 2 lectures is enough for this chapter. 2 more lectures, I guess. Okay. I will have the experiments. Oh, sorry. I should have taken this one, straight line. How many experiments do I need to do? 4 experiments. Okay. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I should move this a bit. Should move these also a bit. These are the experiment numbers. Here I have concentration of A, and the unit is as earlier mole liter inverse. We have concentration of B. The unit is again mole liter inverse, and this is R naught. That is the initial concentration, and the unit will be mole liter inverse second inverse. So we did the first experiment. We took the concentration of A as 0.1, concentration of B also as 0.1, and the rate that was determined was 6.0 into 10 to the power of -3. Second experiment, we took 0.3 of A, 0.2 of B, and the rate was determined to be 7.2 into 10 to the power of -2. The third experiment, we took same of concentration of A, 0.3, but we doubled the concentration of B, that is 0.4, and we got rate as 2.88 into 10 to the power of -1. In the fourth, we did 0.4, and we took the concentration of B as 0.1, and the rate was determined to be 2.40 into 10 to the power of -2. Okay. So if you get this type of questions, the earlier question was also of this type, then the simplest thing that you can do, the simplest thing that you would do here is, what you should do, you should write the rate. See what I will write: R1 is equal to K. What is the concentration of A? 0.1 to the power of X, 0.1 to the power of Y. The question is same. What is the question? Question is determine the order with respect to A and B, or you can also have sometimes like determine the rate law. So for example, in rate law, we obviously know that R is equal to concentration K into concentration of A into concentration of B to the power of X and to the power of Y. You have to determine X and Y, then you should put it X and Y, and then only you will say that that is the particular rate law. And you should also know the value of rate constant. Then only you can rate law reaction. And R2 will be into K 0.3 to the power of X to the power of Y. R3 is equal to K 0.3 to the power of X, 0.4 to the power of Y. R4 will be equal to K 0.4 to the power of X, 0.1 to the power of Y. Okay. Now how to deal with this? See. Can I have Jubana, please?
Sir.
Yes. What do we need to find? X and Y, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we cannot determine X and Y simultaneously. So what we will do, we will choose 2 reactions in which either the concentration of A or either the concentration of B is same. Then what we can do, for example, if I say, let us take, for example, the reaction 1 and 4. This reaction and this reaction. Tell me, whose concentration is same? The concentration of B is same to the concentration of B in both of the reaction. Correct?
Yes, sir.
No. Okay, fine. Let me just make some more space here. Now if I do R1 by R4, R1 by R4, what I will get? I will get K 0.1 to the power of X, 0.1 to the power of Y upon, sorry for that, upon K 0.4 to the power of X and 0.1 to the power of Y. Now I can cancel these two, this and this, correct? Now what I can say, what is R1 given? R1 is given as 6.0 into 6.0 into 10 to the power of minus 3 divided by, what is R4? It is 2.40. 0.4 into 10 to the power minus 2. This will be equal to how much? This will be equal to, this K will get cancelled by K, and I will have 1 by 4 to the power of X. Correct? Right or wrong? Okay, fine. I think you have sent me a correct. Yes, sir. Then I can say that this particular this is 6 and this is 10 to the power minus 3. I can write this as 6 upon 24 into 10 to the power minus 3 into 10 to the power minus 3. This 10 to the power minus 3, this 10 to the power minus 3 will cancel out each other. This will become 1 by 4 to the power of X. Now further what I can write? I can write 1 by 4, that is 6. It will get divided by 4. 1 by 4 is equal to 1 by 4 to the power of X. Now tell me what will be X equal to? What will be the value of X? One, correct. It will be 1. Okay. So easy peasy lemon squeezy, correct? Easy peasy lemon squeezy, correct? You just have to arrange things. You just have to arrange the equation. Now, can you determine Y? Determine Y. Copy this and determine Y. Let me know when you are done. Two more classes will be enough, I guess. In the next class, what we will do the different order of reaction. First, we will look at zero order integrated form, first order integrated form, half-lives, kinetic. Okay, fine. 2 classes then. Then determine Y, na? When you're done with this, determine Y. What will be the value of Y? You have to choose. Jubana, if you need help, just turn on your mic and then I can show you some path. Okay, if you are stuck. For Y, R2 by R3. For Y, R2 by R3. Yes, very right. Why we have chosen R2 by R3 to determine Y? Because that would cancel out the X term. We will not worry about X. We will just focus on our Y. Yes, right, Jubena. Do R2 by R3. I mean, can you hear some music in the background also? Okay, it's fine then. I mean, the village in which I live, all the year, 365 days, there is something going on. I mean, people are always having some kind of music. I mean, in my house, it is very much audible. So I was thinking maybe in the microphone is also catching. It's good that it is not audible. You'll not be able to even understand. Tell me the answer. Jubaina, are you still doing?
So I'm in the last step.
Okay, fine. Correct, Fatima. Correct. What about Jubaina? Last step. The last step is so big. Alright. Okay, Jubaina, tell me. Where are you? If you can unmute your mic, it would be better, na, Jubaina.
Okay, sir.
How much will you type? So, R2 by R3, correct?
Yes, sir.
I mean, if I will try, I can see the answer in the box that I have made, but still, let us try doing something more visual. We have here what? R2 by R3. This will be equal to what is K. Then I'm not writing the 0. These terms I'm not writing. Okay. I will write directly 0.2 to the power of y upon K 0.4 to the power of y. Is it okay for you, Jubaina, now?
Yes, sir.
Now what is R2? 7.2 into 10 to the power minus 2 upon, wait a second, I will write 28.8 into 10 to the power minus 2. Any problem?
No, sir.
Okay. Then I will write here 0.2 upon 0.4 to the power y. Is it okay?
Okay,
Then I
sir.
will cancel this with this. Then I can say, correct? 72 fours are 72, sorry. 72 into 4. 4 2s are 8. 7 4s are 28. So this will be 4s are. I will get 1 by 4 is equal to 1 by 2 to the power of y. I can write 1 by 4 as 1 by 2 square. And if I can write 1 by 2 square, I can also write 1 square by 2 square. That will be equal to 1 by 2 to the power of y. Then I can write this whole thing as 1 to the power of 1 by 2 to the power of 2. This will be equal to 1 by 2 to the power of y. Then I can write y is equal to 2. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Copy this then. Now tell me what is the order of reaction? Fatima, tell me what is the order of reaction? Jubena, Fatima, 3. Yes. Okay. Now can you determine the rate constant? If I say calculate the rate constant for this, calculate rate constant for the reaction. How will you write? You will say R is equal to K. You have concentration of A to the power of 1 and concentration of B to the power of 2. That is the order that we have got now. For A, we got 1. Correct? For A, we got 1 now.
Yes, sir.
Okay. For B, we got 2. So if I put, see, I can put these terms now. In concentration of A, I can put 1, 0.1. Concentration of B, I can put 0.1. For rate, I can put 6 into 10 to the power minus 3. So I will write 6, 0 into 10 to the power minus 3 is equal to K, 0.1 to the power of 1, 0.1 to the power of 2. Then I will write K is equal to 6 into 10 to the power of minus 3 upon 10 to the power. What is 0.1? 10 to the power of minus 1. What is 0? What is 0.1? Here 10 to the power of minus 1, 2. This will be equal to 6 into 10 to the power of minus 3 upon 10 to the power of minus 1, and this will be equal to 10 to the power minus 2. This will whole add and become what? 10 to the power of minus 3. Correct? Say yes or no. Easy. And this will be equal to 6. Now what will be the unit? It will be mole. See, we have done, when order is 3, what you have to do? You have to just L will be square, and if this L is square, this will be minus 2. And then you have to do second inverse. Why? When L is to the power of 2, what is the order? The 3 is the order. Copy this, copy this, copy this. Okay, so last question, and I guess you will be able to do this. One, 2, 3, 4. The question is easy. The question they have given. The reaction is A to A plus B giving something. Okay, so this will be experiments. This will be A, concentration in mole per liter. This will be B, concentration in mole per liter. This will be R naught, the concentration sequence wise. 1, 2, 3, 4. And they said that in this reaction, in which A and B are the reactants, order with respect to A is equal to 1. Order with respect to A is equal to 1. Order with respect to B is equal to 0. And they have given the following data. It is given 0.1, 0.1, and they are given 2 into 10 to the power of minus 5, and they have just blanked this out and they have written 0.2, and the rate has become 4 into 10 to the power of minus 2. Sorry, this is also minus 2, not minus 5. It's also minus 2. And then they have written 0.4, 0.4, and they have blanked out this one. And the next one, they have blanked this and they have said 0.2 and then 2.0 into 10 to the power of minus 2. Now you have to tell me the blank ones. Jobana, can I have you, please?
Sir,
Tell me, what is the change between the first reaction and the second reaction? The
for the
concentration of.
first
Tell me.
B is given, for the like second one we don't have concentration of A.
We have to calculate the concentration of A. Now, that is why they have not given. The change what has happened is B is doubled, but we don't have to worry about B because B is not in our rate equation. We have rate K A to the power of 1. Okay. Now what do you see in the rate? What is the change? The rate has been doubled.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. So what will be the change in concentration of A? What will be the A?
-2. No,
Bhai.
it'll be same, right?
How it will be same? Okay, you have not got the idea of it till now. Okay, I thought you must have got the idea by seeing the question. Just wait for a second. Take a few seconds and try to decipher it. I mean, you don't even have an approach, or you have an approach now? No?
It will be 0.2.
Yes, it will be 0.2. How did you get this?
Double of it.
Double of it, because
It's in
only A is responsible for the change in rate of reaction. Yes, very right, correct. Now tell me here, what will be the rate here? Okay, it is 0.4. What will be the rate then?
3.
How?
It's decreasing.
It is
From
decreasing.
4 onwards, it's decreasing. Yeah, from 2, it's like 4 into 10 raised to -2, and for fourth one, it's 2.0 into 10 raised to -2. So it's decreasing.
Sorry, what?
So order is decreasing over there.
Order?
From
No
2
way,
to
it is
4.
not. It is not decreasing. And this is
But
not
then
a
for the
sequential
fourth one,
graph. No? This is just random. Wait a second. Wait a second. These are not. These are random numbers. See, it is. What do you think? This is
Okay.
increase or decrease?
It's decreasing.
It is
Okay.
decreasing.
No, increasing. Sorry, sir.
And from here to here,
Decreasing.
increasing. And from here to here.
Decreasing.
So does that have any pattern?
No, sir.
Does the rate depend on rate? No, no, the rate depends on concentration. Okay, just don't make any pattern anywhere. Okay, this particular value, anything that will come here, it will depend on these two terms now. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Now you tell me.
6 into 10 raised to -2.
Why?
Since it's like for second one, it was 0.2, so it was 4.
Again, you
4
are
into 10
comparing
raised
rate to rate. Wait a second. Wait a second. Wait a second. You cannot compare rate to rate just now. You have to compare. Tell me. Now, from here to here, what happened? Doubled?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
How the rate changed? Doubled.
Yes, sir.
Correct? Now tell me what happened from 1 to even I can say, okay, tell me 1 to 3. What happened? What is the change in concentration? It has become 4 times.
Yeah, 4 times.
So what will be the change in rate?
4 times of 2.
4 times of 2. Why 4 times of 2? When I'm comparing the concentration of 1 and 3, then I will be comparing the rate of 1 and 3 also, no?
Yes, sir.
No, you didn't understand, no?
I got it.
Arey, how you
So
got
it will
it?
be 6, right?
No, it will be 8 now. Just wait a
Okay,
second.
sir. Got it.
Got it?
Yes, sir.
Don't be in a haste. Okay. 8 into
Okay,
10 to the power of minus 2. Now what will tell me what will be the value here?
0.2.
0.2.
No, no, sir. 1 minute.
What about Fatima? Afroza? No, wrong Fatima. What
Is it
happened, Jumana?
1, sir?
1.
Yeah.
No, wait a second. I will now you have to bear with me for 15 minutes, okay? Can you solve it if you can solve it also now? See what they have given. They have given R is equal to K to the power K A to the power of 1, B to the power of 0, correct?
Yes, sir.
Now you tell me. Now I can write R1 is equal to K and what is 0.1 to the power 1. R2 will be equal to K and they have not given anything at that time. No, this was not given. Just putting it here, not given. And what else was not given? This was not given. R2 will be equal to K and we have to find the concentration of A. This is power 1. Okay. No, it is you have two equations, correct? You can do R1 by R2. And now I'm taking A as just X, okay? You have to find this particular value of X. What is R? R is 2 into 10 to the power of minus 2. 4 into 10 to the power of minus 2. K by K, 0.1. And you have to find the value of X. This will be cut, this will be cut, this will be cut, this will be cut. Then what you will do, this will be 1 by 2. This will be 1 by 2. So what will happen? X can go here. X will be equal to 2 into 0.1. That will be equal to 0.2. Now you get it how 0.1, 0.2 came here. Got it? No? Yes? Say something.
Yes, sir.
Now you tell me. Use the same thing and tell me what will be the value here.
Okay, sir.
You don't have to, first of all, you don't have to use this b1, okay? But why? Because b to the power of 0, it will be equal to 1 and it will not be present in the rate equation. That will not be present in the rate equation. Just forget about the b. B is not present. You have only concentration of A and R naught. And why are you saying is it 0.1? Calculate it. And now when I did this calculation, did I ask anyone is this 0.2? No, no. Calculate it and you will be confident with your answer when you calculate it. Very good. That is correct. That is correct, Fatima. If you got that answer, that is correct. Correct, Jubana. Correct. Now, did you get any? I mean, by looking at some questions, can you come up with an answer?
Yes, sir.
Okay. In the next class, I will ask you to not use the pen. Okay, because these problems, they
Okay,
look
sir.
big, but they are simple on in terms of calculations. Correct. You just have to multiply something that will become half, then you have to just compare the powers. Okay. Practice this
Okay,
if you
sir.
get time from NCERT. I mean, I guess I have done all the questions from NCERT. Not much is left in NCERT or around these type of questions, but still. Okay, look at the question that we have learned today only, and we will meet next on today's Sunday, Thursday, no? Thursday, 6 to 8, and on Tuesday. Most probably you will not have any class on Thursday in the 2 to 4. I mean, I was thinking of something else. Then later at that time, I was reminded. Okay, same normal plain vanilla, 6 to 8. Okay, thank you for now.